fairly unusual for this unit, in the sense that we will read written statement, we will read written tribute. And the reason why we decided to prepare written statement is because actually a lot of people would have liked to be here today. And we have received an impressive number of messages, tributes from people in Africa, people in other bureaus who could not attend this memorial today. So we decided in 3 tributes to consolidate a little bit all the comments, all the acknowledgements that we have received. So I will try I will start with one tribute that consolidate mostly the messages that we have received from Washington, from Montreal, from New York. And after ADE, I believe, from Pretoria, we'll read the tribute consolidating comments that have been received from almost every single country offices in Africa. And after we will ask Veronique, who basically is the person who has been working with ADE since day one when he joined UNDP, to also say a few words. Veronique, I would like to recognize Veronique because it's Veronique since day one who basically made sure that we could get tribute, we could get all of you together today. And after these tributes, I will ask Ade Messi and Ade Yami maybe to say a few words. So Frank, I forgot. Frank, would you like to say a few words before? Yeah? Maybe, so I will ask you also to say a few words after the if it's okay. Okay, dear friends, it's with heavy heart that we are holding this tribute in honor of our former colleague and friends, Ade Monasalo. Ade retired only approximately 3 years ago and was very much enjoying his retirement activities. His passing came as a shock to all of us. He fell ill rather suddenly toward the end of last year and was then diagnosed with lung cancer. Ade has been with UNDP JEF since January 1999, when he joined GEFRBA in headquarters to work as regional coordinator for climate change. During this time, he assisted the Regional Bureau for Africa country offices in the identification, development, and implementation of renewable energy and energy efficiency projects. In 2004, as you will remember, Ade was transferred to the GEF Regional Coordination Unit for Eastern and Southern Africa in Pretoria, South Africa, where his responsibilities were divided between acting as the team leader for the unit and as regional coordinators for climate change for 7 countries in the region. Ade had almost 20 years of teaching experience in Nigeria and the United States when he joined UNDP. He worked at the University of Port Harcourt in Nigeria as professor of geography and dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences from 1986 to 1990. Dean of the Graduate School and Deputy Vice-Chancellor from 1990 to 1993, and finally as acting Vice-Chancellor from 1994 to 1995. In preparing this tribute, I wondered what would be the 3 things that are the most likely to be remembered by his friends and colleagues when, with time, the unpleasant memories of his passing will fade away. What are the key attributes which made us love and respect Ade? The 3 attributes that jump out of the numerous tributes that we received from his former colleagues will not surprise you. The first attribute is Ade's commitment to sustainable development in Africa. Ade is fondly remembered in all the countries he assisted in moving forward the climate change mitigation agenda. We received tributes from South Africa, 10 years of his time as a professor, as advertised by his former team leader, Richard Osier. He was an excellent judge of young talent, and his role as a mentor is fondly remembered by a number of our Tuesday senior managers, who benefited from his advice and encouragement at an earlier stage in their career. Among them, you had Nick Sekran, you had Martin Cross, who basically stressed his role as a mentor. His judgment and personality were critical to building a strong team at UNDP-JEF. The third attribute, and here we ask you to move, is his unique laugh. We couldn't find a picture where he was not laughing, or at least smiling. In addition to his professional excellence, ADE was known for his contagious joie de vivre and boisterous laughter. In a team of fairly focused and tense personalities, ADE laughter was a constant reminder about what is truly important in life: family, friends, and fun. I would like, in the closing of this tribute, to read the poem written by our colleague Marikan about his love. I will always remember ADE for his smile, a ray of sunshine in a world gone dark. His laughter, a booming sound from the gods, filling our hearts with joy. His sympathy, a comforting embrace in moments of sorrow. His kindness in times of need. His understanding in a world full of question marks. His goodness in a world lacking honesty and decency. His heart full of love and forgiveness. Adeyemi and Adebisi, my last word will be a word of thanks to you for giving us, by your presence, the opportunity to come together to honor ADE. We will miss ADE as a friend, as a colleague, and as a teacher of joie de vivre. Thank you very much.
Unit in Pretoria, firstly, wish to pass on our deepest condolences to ADE's family on their loss. We all strongly feel the sense of loss, but for the family we know and we understand the depth of your feeling. ADE was our team leader in the regional coordination unit. He was a colleague and a close friend for many years. He will be remembered for many reasons. He was always a supportive and understanding colleague who one could turn to for considered and honest advice. He spread his wings of protection over the team, and we all had confidence in his representing us. We felt protected and secure with ADE around. In many ways, for me and all of us, he represented the classic strong man, and many initially found his presence, particularly his deep and booming voice, quite intimidating. However, once they got to know ADE, they realized that he had a heart of gold, and his deep booming laughter used to echo along our floor, and we all enjoyed it. His kindness and goodness was really brought home to me personally when I brought my young baby to the office to introduce her to my colleagues. ADE extended his arms to receive her, and in his big voice said, "Let me hold her." I passed her to him with some trepidation, not in anticipation of any reaction on ADE's side, but in fear of her likely response. He was a big presence. She nestled into his arms at the time and smiled up at him and tried to pull his beard. He was very tickled by this, and he chuckled deeply. It was a wonderful moment for me, and will stay with me forever. And for me, it also illustrated his deep and basic goodness. Children are not easily deceived, and they innately recognize goodness. The level of regard in which he was held was also clearly reflected at the last meeting that he attended of the Sub-Regional Environment Cluster for Southern and Eastern Africa. It was held in Cape Town. It was touching to note the level of warmth and respect that our colleagues